CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Well, good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. We begin tonight with the contract for 10,000 full-time college support staff, which expired August 31st. Negotiations continued until last night, but this morning, picket lines formed around colleges across the province. CTV's Madison Merrier starts us off this evening with more on what broke up negotiations.
The provincial government allocated $2.5 billion to the Skills Development Fund. However, the union feels colleges are not getting their fair share of the funding that is going into private institutions, leaving less room for colleges to offer supports they say that students need with limited funds.
One of the things that we're really looking for is really having the employer lobby the Ford government to really issue the funding, release the funding that's owed to our colleges, not to send it to the private sector, but release it to the public schools so that we can provide education to our students and give them a better future.
Without the funding from the provincial government, then the college can't afford to have some of these services, and that's where things get rolled back. Positions get eliminated, which means that students may not be able to reach out here at the college to get some services.
The amount of money that is invested in the colleges is not a barrier to what these deals are.
The College Employer Council is saying conversations around programming are not yet possible until the union removes 3 of their demands.
The deal that you could guarantee somebody employment for 3 years and have no reduction of staffing for any reason whatsoever is it's just not something colleges can consider.
That guarantee is one of the 3 items Lloyd refers to as poison pills. The other 2 are a guarantee to not hire contract employees outside of the union and a moratorium on college closures or mergers for the next 3 years. He also spoke about the union's claims that the CEC left the union at the table for 8 hours, saying,
I understand they're telling people we walked away from the table, and it's categorically false. We met with them at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And told them that the offer that they presented had conditions in it that we've been telling them that were not acceptable, and we couldn't have a path forward provided they kept those offers.
With conflicting views on how to move forward, it is unclear when a resolution will be found. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, classes have continued, but dozens of staff and supporters were circling the campus. The striking workers belong to the Ontario Public Service Employees Union. Among those on the line are library technologists, co-op placement coordinators, and staff and disability services, financial aid, and IT. CTV News asked students in the Soo what they thought about the job action.
I think everyone should have the right to strike. They need their support. A lot of the signs I see, it say, we're here to support our students, and these are all support staff, so how are they going to support us without getting their own support?
It's like janitors, student success, the library even. So it does affect us with getting books, even cleaning our dorm rooms, just little things. Like I have a learning disability, and it affects me in a way that I can't reach out to some people, and I can't get the communication that I need. So it does kind of suck.
Hopefully the support staff will get what they're asking for, whatever that happens to be. They do really well to guide and support all the students, even the faculty. The faculty probably couldn't do too much without them being able to book all the times and stuff. I just hope they get what they're asking for, even like a mediation of that.
Meanwhile, major disruptions last night at Sioux Area Hospital after a fake bomb threat was called in. Police say someone called 911 around 9:15 last night claiming they left a bomb at the hospital. Emergency protocols were activated at the hospital and officers determined the threat was fake. A plea tonight from Blind Rivers Fire Department: please refrain from accessing privately owned lands to start fires. The reason being, it puts their volunteer firefighters at risk and jeopardizes the department's ability to respond to others. It comes following a fire around 7:30 last night at the corner of Venturi and Lakeside Avenues. Smoke could be seen coming from an abandoned industrial building. Fire crews quickly got it under control and left 2 hours later. East Algoma OPP are investigating the cause. A 22-year-old Toronto man was arrested in North Bay yesterday after police seized more than $15,000 in drugs and cash. The Street Crimes Unit was investigating suspected drug trafficking at a Worthington Street home where they found 143 grams of crack cocaine among other illicit drugs. 3 suspects who committed a robbery last night in Greater Sudbury are still at large. Officers, along with the K-9 unit, searched the LaSalle and Atlee area last night looking for the 3 suspects in a gas station robbery. Police say the suspects stole alcohol from a gas station on LaSalle, and one of the individuals showed what was believed to be a gun. All 3 suspects, before police were called, fled, and the suspects were not located. They are described as youth who were wearing dark-colored clothing at the time of the robbery. Highway 63 between North Bay and Timmins, Quebec was closed for several hours last night following a 3-vehicle crash involving a logging truck. OPP say the collision happened between 2 transport trucks and a vehicle shortly after noon, spilling wood across the roadway. Minor injuries were reported. The road reopened shortly after 9 p.m. A Sudbury woman is going to spend 18 years behind bars before she's eligible for parole in the 2020 murder of an elderly man. The judge of the Felicity Altman second-degree murder trial delivered his sentencing today. It was Boxing Day 2020 when the body of 75-year-old Robert Keskinen was found inside his Kathleen Street apartment. He had been stabbed more than 100 times. The judge said he took Altman's character, the nature of the offense, sentencing from similar cases, and recommendations from the jury into account, along with her life sentence. Altman has a lifetime ban for weapons, must submit a DNA sample, have no contact with trial witnesses or the victim's family. It was surprising to many that the Ring of Fire and other northern projects weren't included in the first phase of Prime Minister Mark Carney's major projects list. Despite that, the province of Ontario is moving ahead with a $62 million infrastructure projects to provide better access to the precious metals site. Minister of Indigenous Affairs Greg Rickford was in Timmins today and confirmed the project will connect Highway 11 at the south end to Highway 584 at the north. This will be the first segment on the road network to the Ring of Fire to ensure the roads can sustain mining traffic.
The first 5 kilometers off of Highway 11 entering into and through Greenstone is a critical part of the development of the corridor to prosperity. This started actually about a year or so ago when we announced through the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund the McGeezy Plaza, situated right at the corner there of Main Street in Greenstone. This is a First Nations owned and operated businesses, comprised of 3 to 4 First Nations communities proximal to Greenstone. So what a great way to kick it off.
Meanwhile, Rickford was in Timmins promoting Indigenous-owned businesses today. CTV's Lydia Chubak reports.
The Northeastern Ontario First Nations Economic Development Summit took place this week at Cedar Meadows Resort in Timmins. The 2-day gathering was an opportunity for strengthening First Nations economic development across Northeastern Ontario. Today, a new initiative that's currently under development was launched. It's a business directory that solely promotes First Nation businesses, and it's a partnership between the province and Chiefs of Ontario.
The business directory is born out of discussions with the Premier, myself, and at the time the Ontario Regional Chiefs to establish a foundation for identifying where First Nations businesses were, who they were, where they were.
Ontario Regional Chief Abram Benedict says a wide range of businesses, big and small, can be found in the directory, from catering to manufacturing to construction to accounting.
There's a number of government contracts that require First Nations to be participating in that. We know that there's a number of businesses that just want to be working with First Nations. Part of larger project development, whether it be government-led or industry-led, is a good initiative under reconciliation, economic reconciliation, and we know that many project development, if they don't have First Nations involved, is not a good thing to be doing.
First Nation-owned businesses throughout the province are invited to register in the directory, and officials say it will go live at the end of the year, and it will be a trusted tool for procurement. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
For the months of July and August, Sudbury Police launched a high-visibility and community outreach initiative downtown. While officials say it was a success, it also shows that arrests won't solve the crisis surrounding the unhoused. CTV's Lindsay Ehrlich explains.
The initiative resulted in over 1,300 focus patrols that led to 129 arrest warrants, 81 charges laid, 10 weapons seized, and $22,000 in illicit drugs.
At the end of the day, when we look at that, the data shows us that arresting individuals in the downtown doesn't solve the problem of homelessness and what's going on in the downtown. So a lot of that comes back to a greater need to work within the community.
Hall says 90% of the individuals he has interacted with during this initiative were respectful and have no problem being asked to leave. They say, "Where do you want me to go?" He says he feels it would be better to have a one-stop shop for all services to prevent loitering.
We have the Samaritan Center in one corner. We have Ontario Works, ODSP over here in the Provincial Tower. We have the Methadone Clinic on Cedar Street. We have some more services up on Elm Street. So if we spread all the services out for these individuals that they need on a day-to-day basis to survive with just the necessities of life, and then we have them wandering in a circle in our downtown core.
While the numbers don't surprise Sudbury's mayor, he says he's happy to see the police taking the situation seriously.
We're hearing this from business owners, individuals as well, that we're seeing an increase. We're not the only ones in the province of Ontario or in Canada. Everybody's seeing an increase, unfortunately, of a bit more of the aggression. And so the fact that we know that we have police here and that they're trying to do their best to keep us safe and to keep our streets as safe as we can, I think that's what people want to see.
Lefebvre says he estimates that the amount of unhoused individuals in Sudbury has grown by over 50% over the summer, with many coming in from other communities to receive services. He says he can't stress enough that the municipality can't do it all on its own, saying that all levels of government need to be part of the solution. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
Well, the weather turned out to be pretty nice for a flag raising in North Bay. North Bay Pride raised the flag today at City Hall to kick off Pride Week in the Gateway City. There will be a two-spirit trans community march on Friday, the parade and a concert on Saturday, and a drag competition on Sunday night. Full details are on their Facebook page. Well, let's see what kind of weather they're going to have. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. For now, let's take a look at the current conditions, and we've got clear skies for most of us. That is shallow fog moving its way into the Sault Ste. Marie area. 13 in the Sault, 15 in Parry Sound, 5 in Timiskaming Shores. Chilly up there. We'll have details in a moment.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, here we are once again talking about weekend weather. It seems like just the other night I was talking about the weekend. Well, we're back and we do have loads of sunshine and some warmer temperature coming up. The odd day with precipitation. Forecast radar, this is what's moving into the northeast. In the next little while, looks like the chance of precipitation for Saturday across the northeast at around 60%, but that's the only day that we're expecting any kind of precipitation. Let's take a look at the 7-day numbers now. Sudbury, Nickel Belt, sun and cloud to start things off tomorrow, 21. Here we go with the rain on Saturday at 60%. Sunday and Monday, sunshine, 23 degrees, 26 on Tuesday, 27 Wednesday with the sun and cloud. A look now at Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma. Mainly cloudy tomorrow at 21, then the chance of rain on Saturday at 60% again. 24 Sunday, 24 Monday, 27 Tuesday, sun and cloud. Wednesday, sun and cloud once again, also well above normal at 27. How about Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing? Mainly sunny tomorrow to start things off for the weekend at 20. Chance of showers on Saturday, 21. Sun and cloud Sunday, 21. 25 Monday, Tuesday, 29. And Wednesday, 28 with the sun and cloud. Timiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, sun and cloud tomorrow, 21. Chance of showers on Saturday at 60% once again. 22 Sunday, sun and cloud. Monday, sunshine, 25. 28 Tuesday, sun and cloud, and Wednesday mainly cloudy at 28. So some temperatures well above normal for this time of the year. Normal stands at 18. Then there's North Bay, West Nipissing, sun and cloud tomorrow, 21. Chance of showers at 60% Saturday. That's a pretty good bet right now according to Environment Canada. Sunday, sun and cloud, 22, going up to 24 Monday, 25 Tuesday, sun and cloud, and Wednesday, sun and cloud also 26 and well above normal. So again, Ian Campbell, are you ready for some sunny weather and some warmer weather? It's coming once we get over the hump. Saturday with the chance of showers at no less than 60%. We are in for some sunny skies and warmer temperatures, so get ready to enjoy. Back to you on the desk.
I love it. Thank you, sir. Well, a new report is ranking the cars and trucks most often targeted by vehicle identification number cloning. Where stolen cars are given fake VIN numbers, Carfax Canada says the top targets are the Ford F-150 and Ram 1500 series, followed by the Jeep Wrangler, Ford Escape, and Chevrolet Silverado. Earlier this year, Carfax estimated there are more than 127,000 cloned VINs registered across Ontario. Canadian and American military men and women at Wing 22 Canadian Forces Base in North Bay were marching for 11 hours straight today to remember the victims, the families, and all who were impacted by 9/11. CTV's Eric Tashner reports.
As some of the names of the victims are read out,
Luis Alfonso Shimbo.
The Canadian and American flags pass by, carried with pride. 24 years ago, the world fell silent as people were glued to their TVs, watching in horror. Hijacked airplanes slammed into New York's Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and into a Pennsylvania field after the passengers bravely fought the hijackers back.
Yeah, so I was 15 years old and we were listening to AM radio, and I remember us hearing the news.
Nearly 3,000 people perished, including 24 Canadians and 120 service people.
The acts of service that the first responders, the firefighters, policemen gave, the EMTs as well.
The unprecedented attack strengthened Canada's and the United States' bond. NORAD went through a reckoning. Operation Noble Eagle was born.
The events of 9/11 really solidified the fact that there was a threat from within, and we needed to change the way we do business and really start to look at what is the current threat and how do we defend against it.
Following the attacks, Canadian troops were deployed alongside their American counterparts to Afghanistan to hunt down those who were responsible.
I served the 2nd Battalion, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry. I deployed on 3 tours to Afghanistan. The 3 deployments there, the loss of a life, what we were there for, most importantly, I think was a noble cause.
Starting at the crack of dawn today, 22 Wing members ruck marched for 11 hours to raise money for a charity called Tuesday's Children, which supports children and families who are victims of terrorism worldwide.
It's given me a greater appreciation of my life and what I have.
Also a day to remember how so many lives were affected.
Go home every night and hug your loved ones.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
A group of visitors from Ukraine were in Sudbury today. The men and women were offering their thanks to a senior center for the support received since the war in their home country started 3 years ago. CTV's Angela Gemmel reports.
We wish you freedom and we wish you...
Leadership at the Ukrainian Senior Center accepts a flag signed by the 3 visitors and their interpreter.
It's
very important for Ukrainians to know that people in Canada, the diaspora and others are supporting us financially and morally, and it's important for us to see that because it helps us keep up the good fight and it builds our spirit.
The visit is sponsored by the Ukrainian Credit Union, which wanted to thank organizations across Ontario for donations made to its humanitarian fund to help while Ukraine is in conflict with Russia. Since the war started in 2022, the Senior Center has sent $40,000 to the credit union in humanitarian aid.
They've given like maybe 3 or 4 times what others organizations could have given but haven't, but they give. So these people are amazing, and I felt a complete obligation that we have to come and say thank you personally. He feels honored that he had the opportunity to come and say thank you directly to those people that actually helped.
The visitors enjoyed a lunch and visit with some of the seniors at the home before heading to their next tour location. The visitors say it's important for Canadians to know and understand how serious the fighting is on the front lines.
It's extremely important for us to continue to have Canada's and Canadians' support for this battle because it is not easy, it's very frightening, but we have to do what needs to be done.
Along with the $40,000, the Ukrainian Senior Center in Sudbury has raised $240,000 for other war efforts in Ukraine. Most of that money came through various fundraisers, like the sale of homemade pierogies and cabbage rolls. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
Still ahead tonight on CTV News. Junior hockey's returned to the north. First up, the Sudbury Cubs with their home opener. More on that in a moment. Junior hockey is back across the north, and tonight, Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League, it started it with something special. This was the scene as the league champs unveiled their new banner to be hung at the Countryside Arena with the Sudbury Cubs. The Cubs would go on to compete nationally for the Centennial Cup, but fell short this year. They are hoping for a three-peat. Meanwhile, the Cubs would be the first to get on the board with this goal. Aiden McCartney finds the back of the net in the last minute of the first period with the assist from Dax Klinkhammer and Caden Long. Sudbury would also score 2 times again in the second period. Sudbury goes on to take this one 4-0 over the Timmins Rock. Not a bad start to the season at Countryside. Tomorrow they welcome Hearst at home, while Powassan, Kirkland Lake, and Espanola will all have their home openers. Battery electric vehicles are becoming more common in the mining, industrial, and manufacturing sectors. Today in Sudbury, Workplace Safety North hosted a one-day symposium on BEV safety. CTV's Elena Everson reports.
The symposium brings together industry experts and partners to share insights about the increasing emergence of BEVs.
We started the first one in February of 2020 and every year since, and the topics have changed and evolved, and we're really pleased to see the amount of individuals attending the sessions and the interaction engagements between the attendees and those presenting.
Guest speaker Aidan Robertson from Workplace Safety and Prevention Services reviews BEV hazards as part of his presentation.
Obviously the electrical power, stored potential energy, the chemicals that make up the composition of the batteries themselves, the electrolytes, the various salts therein, and ultimately the potential for thermal runaway or for venting or for the fire and potential explosion of these.
Jake Hughes attended the symposium. He is the Health and Safety Superintendent at Technica Mining and the chair of the Mining Contractors Safety Association.
With the unknown comes trepidation, right? So the more we explore this together and share our knowledge and experience and how we're implementing this technology into our mines, the better we'll get. The more we'll know, the more more effectively we'll be able to manage the risks.
Another presentation by Valley and Glencore was about a collaboration between the two companies on BEVs. Although they are competitors, they say they are united in safety. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
A place to memorialize and remember past pets has been unveiled in Sault Ste. Marie. 2 years after the idea came to council, a rainbow bridge has been marked by the city. The Hub Trail is a popular spot for Sioux locals to walk their pets. Its newest addition stems from a poem about the loss of those furry friends and them passing over the rainbow bridge. Pet parents now have a place to go to remember the good times and even hang their dog tag for all to see. The bridge dedication idea came from Councillor Angela Caputo, who says representatives of 5 other communities have already reached out with ideas to replicate what has been done in the Sioux.
I think whether or not you've recently lost a pet, or whether it was 20 years ago that you lost your soul dog, this is a place where you can come and reflect on that. And as I said, sometimes that can feel sad, but I think ultimately behind those tears, there's always bright memories.
A large piece of this was that we reached out to the original author of the poem, and she was just so grateful that people have latched on to this poem of hers. And yeah, she's been a part of this as we've progressed, and I was just in communication with her last night. We're going to send her a copy of the unveiling and some pictures as well.
What a beautiful idea. Multiple city departments were involved. The price tag, $18,000. Finally, for us tonight, we want you to bear with us. Some video proof on why a police officer's job is more than just the bare necessities. Why sometimes they have to put a pause on crime and do other duties as assigned. All right, I'll try and stop with the puns, but the Anishinaabeg Police Service posting this video to its Facebook feed earlier today. Trained officers recently captured a bear and transported it to a scene full of peaceful pastures and all the blue berries it could eat. A happy ending for the bear there. Way to go, APS. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Thursday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. Thanks for watching. Good night.